Hey everyone, my name is Max. I'm a senior media buyer here at CTC, and today I'm going to be going over how a media buyer interacts with the Prophit system on a daily basis to execute against our forecast. Today, I'm going to be walking you through how we set our forecasted spend targets, how we track changes on a daily basis, and how we strategically execute our media plan through a cost-controlled ad account structure. So every month, our growth strategists will complete their cohort-specific forecast, which you can see in the MER tab, backing into a high-level daily pacing of revenue and AMER expectations with these high-level business metrics. And based on these numbers provided to us buyers have a monthly spend allocation and a high-level ROAS target that we need to hit. You can see this in the MER tab, like I pointed out, where you can see there's a projected AMER on a daily basis, and also the actual AMER populates. And so you can see how you're tracking against your actual targets, right? And so this backs into the channel-specific forecast. Here's where I live, where I have a daily expectation of spend and ROAS based on all of these different campaigns. So essentially, I have to create SKU-specific buckets of campaigns and estimate on a daily basis how much I think I'm going to spend within those buckets. And also, of course, setting a realistic ROAS expectation that should be based on the marginal outcome you need per product SKU or offer within each of your campaigns. And using a fully merchandised ad account or cost-controlled ad account structure, you should have one SKU or product per business objective or per campaign. So when I forecast spend for my campaigns, you can see in the growth map, like I said, you have to guesstimate how much money you're going to spend on a daily basis, rolling up into your total spend target. So I have to make an assumption based on my current campaign's performance and average daily spend and ROAS, how much it's going to spend in the future and what performance is likely going to be like. So as a media buyer looking into my growth map, you're usually only making one of two decisions when looking at a campaign is, can I get more volume or do we need more efficiency? So a great example of this is in this joggers campaign. You can see the buyer originally had forecasted out around $1,200 a day at a 1.4. But you can quickly realize we're actually overpacing that spend target and overpacing or beating our target expectation for our ROAS, which is a great thing. We actually can get more volume out of this campaign because we have room within our efficiency targets. So what I need to do here, for example, is see yesterday we only spent $1,600 out of a forecasted $2,800 and we hit a 2.55 ROAS. That's way above our 1.8 target. So I can basically go into this campaign and say, I'm opening up the cost caps on the joggers campaign, and I'm not going to write this all out. You would say, hey, I'm opening up the cost cap to X amount on the joggers campaign to get more volume because we are in such a strong spot from a ROAS standpoint, above our ROAS target expectation. Now, the other flip of the coin here is where you need to tighten up a campaign because it is not hitting targets and you're actually losing money. For example, this leggings category or this leggings campaign, we had expected to spend $800 a day at a 1.3, quickly realizing that we're actually not hitting our spend expectation and we're also not hitting our ROAS expectation. So I may come in here and say, we are tightening up caps on the leggings campaign, and I'm not going to write it all out again, but tightening up essentially here to get better efficiency, we need to get our return on ad spend up. Now, in a scenario like this, for example, where it looks like the buyer actually did go from 800 and say, hey, we're not going to be able to spend $800 a day here efficiently. So they tightened up their cost cap and are projecting at $150 a day. Now, we only actually spent $4 yesterday with no return. So what I'm learning here is that, hey, we actually need to potentially communicate with our creative strategists and our growth strategists and say, hey, the leggings category, we're not going to make this spend at efficiency. We need to launch new campaigns. And this helps us go directly into the next point, which is something called front loading the ad account at the beginning of the month. Something that I want to point out here is why this is so important. That you need to have a ton of fresh ad concepts ready to launch at any given time, especially at the beginning of the month, because not every ad concept is going to perform or get spent under our cost caps. So having more concepts slated than you think you need is important to make sure you have enough bullets in the chamber to find the performance you need. You need to make sure that you can get through the learning phase as quickly as possible. When you first launch a new campaign, for example, the CPA is going to be more volatile and the daily spend will be unpredictable. So the more campaigns that I can find faster that can gain ad spend, the better, so that I can ramp up those daily budgets and vertically scale into the best efficiency campaigns like this joggers campaign, and then also weed out inefficient or underperforming campaigns by tightening up those cost caps until they are in the best efficiency spot. This way, you're not scrambling mid-month and launching new campaigns with nothing in your account giving you stable performance. So ensuring that you have the balance of a bunch of fresh ad concepts coming and being able to try to have as many of those ready to go so that you can hit your spend and efficiency targets is vital as a media buyer. And if you don't have a growth map, I'd say one of the most important things that you need to do is be able to track your expected CPA and ROAS target on a daily basis for each campaign that you have, because you need to make sure each campaign is generating a positive net outcome on first order or whatever outcome that you're looking for from that campaign. You need to hold yourself accountable to those specific targets based on the marginal outcome of your products and product SKUs. I hope that this helped, and let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer, and have a great day. Thanks, everyone.